Hello everyone. Can you believe that it is already February? I hope that you guys are having a great new year so far. If I can be honest, I put a lot of expectation in the year 2023. I placed a lot of hope in this new year, and I'm still clinging on to that hope. At least I'm choosing to cling on to that hope for the rest of this year. For this month of February, I chose my wedding flowers as my theme. My husband and I got married in 2021, but not during the month of February. I'm not really sure why I chose my wedding flowers as a theme for February, but when I think of this month, I just think of the romance and the love. So that could possibly be where my inspiration came from. As most cliche couples, February will be our third year being together, with 1 year of dating and 2 years of being married. You know, marriage is a beast in and of itself, but I really can't imagine going through married life with anyone else other than my husband. Funny story, him and I actually started off as friends. We were friends first for about 5 to 6 years. Then we eventually started dating, which was a risk. But now we're happily married. Oh, as a side note, those black stickers that I'm pasting onto my bujo, they're the actual seal for my envelopes, for my invitations. So I thought it was quite cute that I incorporated them into this theme. I also got a hold of these typewriter font letter stamps. I really like the look of them, and I think it completes the whole theme that I am going for. For my quote for February, it's from Moulin Rouge. It's a partial quote, but it's to love and be loved in return. To summarize, my baby 2 years of marriage is to love and be loved in return. Underneath the quote, I'm just adding in a baby calendar for practicality and functionality. And then I'm adding a huge 02 number to indicate the number of month we are in for 2023. Anyway, back to our love story. When my husband and I first became friends, I think I started liking him around 2 weeks of knowing him. To be honest, I don't think it was really his personality. Well, maybe a little bit because we really got along. But it was really superficial, the way that I started liking him. I really thought he was the cutest guy I had ever encountered. But like I said, we really got along, and somehow I felt like he understood me in a deeper sense than other people could understand me. And I think the feeling was mutual because we immediately became best friends and started hanging out like all the time after meeting. Sadly, he did not like me back. I remember sitting in a parking lot of a restaurant after his shift, and I confessed and said, "Hey, I think I like you." And he responded and said, I don't feel the same way about you. I just want to be friends. And being the trooper that I am, I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. I just wanted to let you know how I felt. But yeah, I would still like to be friends. And I'm just going to try to control my feelings and try to stop liking you. At this point, we were probably around 18 or 19 years old. Thinking back now, it was just such a fun time, a fun memory. One thing to know about me, though, is that I'm not really afraid of rejection, and I'm not afraid of people saying no to me and things like that, so maybe that's why I reacted the way that I did. The even funnier part for me is that I didn't confess to him just once. I confessed to him, I think 2 to 3 times. And each time his response was the same. But I just kept developing feelings for him. And at a certain point, I couldn't shake it off anymore. And we're gonna get real here now. But when we reached maybe 25 to 26 years old, I had a serious conversation with him and just letting him know that, hey, if you don't see me as your potential partner, but you want to continue the level of friendship that we're in, then we need to stop being friends. It was a really hard conversation, but I think it was a necessary conversation. And I think that a lot of women, a lot of girls are in the same predicament. By that, I mean you have like a guy best friend, you've known each other for a long time, you're practically dating, everyone thinks you're dating, but you guys don't have a label and your relationship is not clearly defined. That's exactly what was happening with us. And for me at our age, it was 24 to 25 years old. For me at that age, I was like, okay, I need to start getting ready for marriage. But with him in my life, it was gonna be him to marry or someone else, and I would have to start all over again. So yeah, at the end of it, I told him just point blank, if you don't see my value in your life, then we cannot continue with this relationship, this friendship, this situationship. So for about a week, I blocked him. I just did not talk to him at all. Just needed space from him, which was definitely much needed because at this point we had spoken every single day for 6 years. Anyway, he ended up truly processing what I told him and processing what I meant to him. He actually went to a monastery and fasted for 5 days and sought wisdom from the Lord to see if this was a good idea for both of us. And here we are now. All my friends tell me that we defied all odds and that normally our type of situation never ends up well. And I think I see that more and more in social media, especially when I see young women get attached to boys and just have their hearts completely shattered and broken. I don't want to give you hope if you are in this situation. It's a very rare occasion that when you're in a situationship, it actually works out and you end up getting married and you end up having complete mutual respect for each other and just love each other unconditionally and sacrifice for each other. That is very, very, very rare. And I think that's one of the red flags of situationships, is that those qualities and characteristics of a relationship does not exist. So if you are in a situationship right now, or if you think you might be in one, I really don't want you to get false hope from our story. Instead, I would like for you to really think about your values and his values and if they align with each other, and if he values you the way that you should be valued. It takes a long time for people to mature, and sometimes, more often than not, your choices in the dating pool are people who just want to be loved, but in reality are not ready to love back. So I would just say, if you are in this situation, or if you've ever experienced it, or maybe if you're single, you need to guard your heart. Okay, like I said, we got really deep there, but I'm rooting for you guys. If you want to, I will try to respond as soon as possible. But just know it gets better. And when you do end up finding your husband, it will all make sense. I can sense that February is a hard month for a lot of people because of this aspect. Loneliness is really rampant nowadays. So I hope that if you guys are watching a lot of February plan with me's and they're all about romance and things like that, I hope that you can see the joy that's part of it. And like me, cling on to that joy for hope in the future. We're almost to the end of my plan with me for February, and I hope that you enjoyed this deep talk. And if you do, please let me know, because I would love to talk more about topics that you guys are interested in. so open to talking about marriage and love and friendships. Of course, I don't have all the answers, but it's always fun to talk, to hear other people's perspectives and see stories and get to know each other. So like I said, just let me know if you guys like more of these, and I'm happy to do them. At this point, I'm just going to let the video keep going. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this deep talk plan with me. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I hope that if you are in a difficult situationship or a long distance relationship, whatever it may be, any relationship hardships that come about, I hope that you can reach out to your friends or other people who are important to you and lean to them for advice and listen to them. And if not, please comment down below and we'll try to see if we can build a community that cares for each other and is there for each other. It would mean the absolute world to me if you guys subscribed and liked this video, just so I know that I'm going in the right direction. But I'm open for any other feedback, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching again. Hope you guys have a good one. Bye!